This is Flo Rogan, and this is The Art of Rhyming, episode 57. Guess who's back? Shottie 305. My most listened to artist on Spotify last year, probably the year before as well. The only person I've been interviewing after every drop just because I'm a big fan and I want to see how far he can go in this crazy game. And he's about to join the live any moment. Father's Day Records in the house. Thank you for joining. We're going to get Shottie in here. We're going to invite him on the live. There he is. How's everyone night tonight? Cold and warm and cold here in Toronto. And we should have Shottie jumping on any second. There he is. Peace, Shottie. How are you, bro?
What's good, my brother?
Not much, man. Another day at the office. I am refreshed. I had a family vacation recently, so that's new, man. So
Nice.
I got the battery in my back, man. So ready to go.
I envy you, bro. I need one of those.
I hear you, man. How have you been, man? I mean, I know how the music is going. I'm seeing it. You know what I mean on IG and all. But how have you been otherwise?
I've been good, man. I've been good. You know, it's been a challenging past year and shit, but yeah, man, things are looking up. I'm feeling good. The vibe is positive,
Nice.
and we're here, man.
Dope, bro. So I want to give you a bit of an introduction. Obviously, we've chopped it up many times on IG Live, but we always got new listeners, and there's always something new happening, man. You're always on the incline. So we got Shottie 305 from Miami. As per my Spotify listening stats, 2024. He's the artist I've listened to the most, probably 2023 as well. If you factor like all those files you sent me early, bad. I
Let's
found
go
out about
2025. Let's go, man. Let's just make it three in a
2025.
row. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not tired of this dude yet, man. I'm not tired of him yet. So I found out about him about 2 years ago. Thought he was super talented, and we just been chopping up on IG Live after every drop. And drop last year, you dropped my most played project, which was MI Aliens. That was with Money Mowgli, produced by Marlon. So that was an entirely Miami affair. And now you're back with your return solo project, Pulp Nonfiction,
Yes, sir.
produced by underground super producer collective Lupara. Very well received from what I'm seeing. I just wanted to congratulate you, man, on the album listening party. How was it, man?
Thank you, brother. It was. I feel like a broken record every time we talk about the listening parties, right? But it's just the real shit. You know what I'm saying? They just keep getting better and better and better and better, dog. So it's a blessing, bro. Every time I have one of those listening parties, it's like it charges the battery to such a degree. You know what I'm saying? That it's like it's such a intrinsic part of the process at this point that I can't imagine dropping a record without doing one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So all
that's
that I say all that to say that it was dope. It was super dope.
nice. That's something special about what you dudes in Miami are doing. From what I see, always got an album listening party, but I don't know why more people don't do it. I feel like that's the moment of truth. Are people actually going to get off their ass and go to the event just for you and your music, man? That's the moment of truth, man. So yeah,
Right. And I have no interest in being a rapper that only exists on the internet, bro.
right,
You gotta get outside. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get
right,
outside. You gotta kiss the babies,
right,
shake hands, kiss the babies. You know what I'm saying?
right,
But
right,
nah,
right.
that's a fact though. You gotta get out there, man. Like people gotta see that you're real. It makes such a
Yeah.
big difference. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of real, man, it was extra dope seeing you, Ace and Eastwood pulled up from Toronto, DJ Merciless coming down from Toronto. Seeing the footage was super dope. At this point, you guys are like common collaborators. What did it mean to have you come down there and such a respected MC from Toronto? Like, what was the impact? Like, what did that mean?
Bro, it's crazy, man. Like, you know, I come from an era, not to age myself and shit, where like and we're around the same age, you know what I'm saying? So like back in
Yeah,
the day, like when we used to do a collaboration with somebody, it usually was you're in the same fucking room, you know what I'm saying?
right.
So, this whole like collaborating with people over the internet and shit like that is like fairly new to me. You
Right,
know what I mean? Like, not at this point, obviously, I'm used to it. It's part of the game, right? But
right,
the reason I bring that up is because with A-Sun, you know what I'm saying? The moment we started like linking up and shit, I was like, man, this dude's vibe is kind of like similar to like me and the homies, you know what I'm saying?
right.
And actually getting to chop it up in person, it only confirmed that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that shit was like we clicked right away, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my guy. Nobody could tell me shit about Ace on Eastwood, bro. That's my guy.
I know he's from Belize, but I think he's got like a kind of like Hispanic background as well, man. And I know the underground scene there's largely Hispanic, so I imagine, you know what I mean? In some sense, maybe he felt at home in that way.
He looks like a Dominican dude. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody out here was just talking to him in Spanish and shit. They just
Right,
assumed. You know
right, right.
what I mean?
Got it,
Yeah.
man. Um, yeah, man. So I was exchanging with him in the DMs, and he said he was going to get you down here in Toronto, man. I know we've been talking about it. I've been waiting to see that happen, man. And then he's going to give me like all access, whatever the event is, you know what I mean? Which would be dope to see here in person. Um, is that happening? Is that for real, or is that just talk?
Nah, I think with me and Ason, it's never just talk, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing I like about. I've always mentioned that I like the Toronto hip hop scene, and that's why. It's because y'all be outside, bro. Like,
Right.
I can appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because it reminds me, like, the music is different. Obviously, y'all a lot colder out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So the vibe is different, but it's almost like we share some of the same values and shit, man. So yeah, that's one of the things we got in common. So I think if ASUN says it's gonna happen, I think it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
that's dope, man. And I think you were telling me that he was kind of in your ear saying, "Yo, the Miami hip hop scene reminds him of the Toronto hip hop scene." Did he elaborate on that at all? Like what the parallels might look like?
Nah, but I think I don't know, man. I can't speak for him. You know what I'm saying? I would say it has something to do with like the authenticity and just the real love. You know what I'm saying? Like if you went to that listening session, it's like you can't fake that, bro. You
Right.
can't fake the love. You know what I'm saying? Like the love is
Yeah, yeah.
real, and I think that's what he was referring to. But you would have to ask him.
I think my assumption, you know what I mean, or part of it is that at least underground wise, Toronto, Miami are still trying to build their infrastructure as dope as much talent as we have over here. I've heard it from like Danielson, I've heard it from Asen that the infrastructure still is not really here. You know what I'm saying? Even
Right.
after all these years and decades, maybe that's the parallel. I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah, I think it's on us to build it too.
right, right,
You
right,
know what I
right.
mean? Like who better than us?
So I saw Andre de Saint pulled up as well.
Yep.
Mighty Healthy. So it was a Florida affair that was pretty dope. Any other surprise appearances or faces that you wouldn't have expected there?
Bro, Mayday was in the building. I don't know if you know who Mayday is. Like
I
they out of Miami. They were signed with Tech Nine for a long time. Like them dudes is official. And that's the homies I've been building, not building, but we've been around each other a lot, and it's always been cordial and shit. But the fact that they came to the listening session was super dope to me, man. Shout
right,
out to those guys, man. Shout out to Burns and shout out to Recognize. Me and Burns actually got some shit on Flu's album that he just dropped.
nice, nice. I know Recognize. I've heard of Mayday. I'm not that familiar, with all their music, but yeah, I definitely heard of them. Did you tell me that the engineer of the Carter 1, 2, and 3 was there as well? I
Yo,
think you told me that.
yeah, man, that's the homie Mike Banger. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude is.
Oh,
I,
that's
I
him.
I ain't even
Okay,
gonna list his resume, but he's got an extensive resume.
right,
But to me, that's just an example of it. Just validates to me that we're making some kind of ripples in the scene. You know what I mean? When like these people from all these different walks. I mean, it turns out Mike Banger knows a bunch of my homies anyway. So, but I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Uh,
right, right.
but man, he showed up. He's showing love. You know what I'm saying? Like super genuine dude. You know what I'm saying? It's been nothing but love, bro. It's been great.
That's dope. And I remember at the last one you told me the director of like Bad Boy, the new Bad Boys was there and shit, man.
Was
So
that the last one?
I
Yeah, was that yeah.
that's dope, man. So I've always want to know, who showed up. It's kind of
Jerobi
dope,
from
man.
Tribe Called Quest was at the last one too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
like I said, you can't fake that shit, bro. You can't fake that love, you know?
Nice, man. So I say it over and over again, but one of the main reasons I started this platform is I wanted to talk to MCs I personally thought were dope, really at the ground level, you know what I mean? And see what it takes to start a movement. And it's just inspiring to see that after every drop, you're still on the steady incline, you know what I mean? And the last year in particular, bad, it feels like things are taking off. What do you think is the difference maker in the last year for you, man? Anything in particular?
Or I just got more organized, man. I
Right,
finally started my label, you know what I mean? And it's just been a matter of just getting more organized, making sure that every drop is ready to go. Don't
right,
listen to the impulses, you know what I mean? There was I mentioned it on another interview, but like some of my previous drops, I could look at myself objectively, you know what I'm saying? And I could recognize when shit needs improving. I'm kind of, I'm pretty hard on myself, bro. So looking
right.
at some of my past drops, I don't feel I did the best job of getting them out there to the world. You know what I mean, or at least getting them maximum exposure
Right.
for whatever my abilities are. But that's been the difference. Is now I'm treating it like a business, bro. Started a label, I'm planning everything out. You know what I'm saying? I'm making sure if I'm gonna drop, I need to have the merch in place. I need to have the videos in place. Everything needs to be ready to go. Because otherwise, I'm playing catch up, man. Like
I,
I
oh, go ahead.
use nothing changed except everything as an example. Because like, bro, I shot one video for that album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, that's a tremendous oversight
Yeah.
right there. You know what I mean? Like that's still one of my favorite albums. And shout out to Pharma and shout out to everybody that was on that shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like I dropped the ball on that shit, bro. If I'm being honest.
Yeah. Honestly, there's so many, like a lot of dope MCs I've interviewed, but I'm disappointed when it's just one video. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Right.
want to get into the full experience. You know what I'm saying? Like I spun the thing a million times. Now I want to see the visuals, man. So it's dope to see that. You know, to hear what you're saying, man. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Um.
we already shot two videos for the next album.
Right.
Like this
Right.
weekend we just shot two videos for the next album. You know what I'm saying? So like
Nice.
it's yeah, man. It's been the biggest difference maker to me.
I saw, photos with you and Graf and stuff like that, Asen and Graf. What was that about?
Shit, I guess you're gonna make me say it. So Graph's on my next album on Go Farm 2.
Nice,
And he came through and we shot the video.
nice, nice.
Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, I don't even gotta say like how much of an influence that guy's been on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of surreal to be there, trading bars in person with
Yeah,
Graph. You know what I'm saying? But yo, homie was mad cool, mad humble and shit. He came through, showed mad love. You know what I'm saying? Kicked it, and yeah, man.
nice. And I know you. I think you had him on a track from a few years ago as well, man. So obviously you're a fan of his, man. So
Yeah,
dope.
the cool thing is this time we actually got to build in person. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like we know each other's energy now. You know what I'm saying? So we got to build in person and shit, and now it's different now.
Nice, nice. Now, I don't want to say too much, but you did tell me you did really good with the merch this time. I just want other artists to take a note. Always have your merch ready when you're doing a listing party or album release party. Otherwise, you're leaving money on the table, man. How did that go for you?
That was the biggest reason that I decided to press the cassettes myself this time. You know what I'm saying? Even though I've had a great experience, bro, with Press Collective in
Oh, you,
particular.
you did the
They've been
cassettes
great.
yourself?
Yeah,
Nice.
I did them myself. Father's Day Records. We did the cassettes, right? And the reason for that, the main reason, you know what I'm saying, was we just wanted to have product in hand at all times, right?
Right.
So we're like, bro, we gotta one of these albums, we gotta have shit available at all times on our end. You know what I'm saying? Because um, when you do a licensing deal with a label, you know what I'm saying? It's great because it kind of comes with their built-in audience. You know what I'm saying? And they push it to places where maybe I can't necessarily go, right?
Yeah.
Um, but not having the records in hand kind of hurts me when I'm doing live shows and listening parties and things like that. Hold on.
Probably best to have that shit in the trunk at all
What's up?
times.
What's going on? Okay. I'll call you guys after the podcast. Sorry about that, man.
No, no worries, man. No worries, man. Yeah, I think the other thing when you press through a label, it's always a limited supply, which is cool, makes it a collectible. But I'm about to interview Futureway. From what I seen with him, like he doesn't do that limited supply shit. He likes to keep things on his storefront, and like people can buy it at all times. Is that kind of the play you're thinking as well, or
No, no, no. I like the limited supply shit, bro. I
do you?
love. I like working with those guys. I really do, bro. That's so. It's not even about that. It's about I have to also have something in hand. Period. Point blank. You know what I'm saying? It could have been this album. It could have been the next one. Whatever. Like I'm still
Yeah,
open to like trying out new shit and also like working with bro Press Collective. I like working with Copenhagen. I fuck with Bars Over BS too, man. Like Ty Farris is fucking crazy MC. You know what I'm saying? Like, so bro, look, I'm open to whatever, but I just know I definitely needed to have some kind of product in hand. So we decided to do it ourselves on this one.
nice. Selena's like, I think limited is cooler because it shows who's been around from day one. Fair enough, man.
Facts. No, and these are limited too. Don't get me wrong, bro. I didn't
Okay,
I didn't
got
press
it,
a
got it.
thousand copies, bro. You know what I'm saying? We did 100.
Right,
We
right.
did 100, so these are limited. We're not repressing or anything like that. So
Got
they're
it, got it.
super limited. They're super fly. They come in the red apple cigarettes case.
Nice.
You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
saw those. Dope.
Yeah, man. Pop it open. It's got the red tape. Pulp Nonfiction. The red tape.
Nice.
I'm proud of these, bro.
Did you sell them out at the show or like
We sold a
a
pretty good
good
amount.
amount?
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah. We
nice,
still
nice.
definitely have some left though, but we sold a
Dope,
pretty
dope.
good amount, man. And we sold T-shirts, posters. It was dope, man. It was love.
Nice, man. Nice, man. I wanted to ask you about this is the vinyl's dropping on Copenhagen crates. Did I get that right
The
for
vinyl is
this or
dropping on Copenhagen crates, May 22nd.
nice, nice. Dope, dope, dope. Um, yeah, man. So just wanted to ask you, Father's Day Records, who's part of that actually? Is it just you and your homie from way back, or is there more people part of the label?
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
Like we definitely have a lot of people, a lot of affiliates. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's me and the homie. Um, and yeah, man, he's there kind of just to support.
Dope,
You
dope.
know what I mean? So shout out to the homie Rich, man. It's been invaluable. You know what I'm saying? This venture, just deciding to take it more professional, take it more serious. I'm telling you, man, it's been the difference maker. You know what I
For
mean?
sure. I've seen the difference, man, firsthand, for sure. So DJ Merciless just pulled up. Thanks for pulling up. He's like, it was live.
That's my dog right
Nice.
there, man. Shout out to
Dope, dope,
Merciless.
dope, dope. I honestly, I can't wait till you come down to Toronto. I know they're throwing these big shows, him, Asen, like real shows, man. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know, 1,000 people, things like that, man. Can't wait to see you
I
do one
can't
of these
wait,
shows
bro.
here, man.
I can't wait, man.
So, I understand you're pretty tight with Nino Bless these days. You got him on the new project as well. How does it help to have an underground veteran like that around, so to speak, man, or a phone call away?
That's another one. You can't tell me shit about Nino Bless, man. Like that dude has been so helpful. Just like soaking up knowledge too. You know what I'm saying? Just soaking up, listening. I do a lot of listening when I'm on the phone with him. You know what I'm saying? But bro, it's been invaluable, man. Shout out to Nino, bro.
Does he tell you a lot about how the game has changed over the years? Because he's been in the game, he's been at this, man. I don't know for how long now, but feels
He's a
like
guy that's he's so unconventional and so ahead of the curve in so many ways, man. So it's like I just listen and I try to see like what things I could kind of like apply to what I'm doing. Because obviously we're different artists, you know what I'm saying? And maybe my lane is different from his lane, so maybe we can't move the exact same way. But bro, there's so much wisdom and he has so much to back it up too, man. Like it actually works. You know what I'm saying? His method
yeah,
actually works. So my
right.
maybe I can't copy his method for my shit exactly to the T, but there's definitely things that I could take from it. You know what I mean?
Any big pointers you feel like sharing, not to give away your game plan or anything, but anything that sort of rubbed off?
I mean, would you ask like a KFC corporate guy for the fucking secret recipe, man? Like, come on, bro.
True,
Come on,
true, true,
Flo.
true, true, man. You know, we're
Nah,
trying to
it's a lot
share
of
them on the
things.
show.
Nah, honestly, like it's a lot of shit, bro. It's a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
More than anything, it's like I think I could say this: like he's shared a lot of wisdom about kind of connecting to the fans directly. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And that's been my biggest takeaway. It's
right.
like, bro, we can circumvent some of these platforms and talk to our fans directly, bro, and that's more valuable than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have people that you could just reach out to at any given moment, and it's about creating an experience for them too. Like I started following his mailing list, and if you don't follow Nino Bless's mailing list, you know what I'm saying? Like go on his page and shit and get on that shit because it's besides the fact that he drops so much exclusive shit through that, bro, it's incredible. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of shit that you won't find anywhere. He'll drop it just for his mailing list. And that's the type of shit I'm talking about, bro. I love that. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't follow him, follow him. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll pick up a lot of jewels just from that.
So speaking of the mailing list, I know you dropped your mixtape in January. I heard you paint houses. That was put together by DJ Gadget from Miami, hosted by the Grumpy OGs. Strictly feature verses from different eras of you rapping. That was cool. Shit sounded fresh. A lot of highlight reel verses. And you put that out on your mailing list, right? You started
Yeah.
up a mailing list. So first off, how did that mixtape come together?
I think me and Gadget were just having a conversation one time on the phone. Like Gadget, me and Gadget, that's like one of my best friends. You know what I'm saying? First of all, just to give some context and shit. Um, and we used to be in a group together. He used to be the DJ in ID4, the group that I used to be in. And shit. So I think we were just talking about it, and it was like, "Yo, you know what would be dope?" And I already wanted to play. I was already playing with the idea of releasing something exclusive for the mailing list, right? Like I was like, "Bro, I want to crack off this mailing list, but I need something to incentivize people to sign up." And once we thought of that idea, I was like, "Oh, that's the thing right there. That's what I could use." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it worked out.
Got it, got it. And you had good comedy relief from the Grumpy OGs, talking about figure painting with their girls' period blood all over the mixtape, man.
Yeah.
That shit was funny, a lot funnier than I just made it sound, man. But yeah, man.
Those guys are awesome, bro. I love those guys, man. Shout out to Hag. Shout out to Gigs.
Nice. Yeah, man. Um, so that one you opted like again to sort of, sign up for my mailing list and then I'll send you the email. You could download the thing. Um, for me, like when I was observing that, like I downloaded the mixtape and I was wondering, like, is this a good move? Is it not a good move? Because that was like you dropped that January, right? And sort of my perception, I wondered because all I have is the internet, when I'm looking at you and what you're doing, and I was like, I don't know if his first quarter might have been a little quiet because he sort of dropped that through the mailing list. But something you told me, man, is like behind the scenes, behind the internet, you're getting love and making contacts like with new people in high places type of thing. So let us know, why is it important not to just treat the internet as everything, bud?
Because it's not everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you'd be surprised how many times it's like people that I'm a fan of, I come to find out that they fuck with my shit and they
Right?
weren't following me on Instagram. So if I was going just on whether or not somebody's following me on Instagram and shit like that, that's not always accurate, bro. You know, I don't know, like when I wasn't doing the rap shit, right? When I had taken years off or whatever, I wasn't following all my favorite rappers on Instagram. That doesn't mean I
Right?
wasn't fucking, playing their shit extensively, but I wasn't following them all.
Yeah.
So Instagram and social media is a great tool, bro. I'm not. A lot of the shit that I've done. I'm like, Instagram is directly responsible for it. You know what I'm saying? I have no qualms about that.
Right.
But it's way bigger than that, bro. It's
Yeah.
way bigger, and there's been a lot of instances where I've come to realize that. You know what I'm saying? It's
I,
way
I
bigger than Instagram.
that's a difference between you and a lot of people that I observe in on Instagram or even see in person sometimes here in Toronto. Is like you're doing the album listening parties, you're out there doing shows with DJ EFN, you're really getting your name out there. You know what I'm saying? So definitely it differentiates you from a lot of the artists I see on Instagram, man, for sure.
Yeah, you got to be outside, bro.
Yeah, man.
Again, that's one of the things that I like about the Toronto scene. Y'all are outside, bro. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Every time I see you guys, it's like you guys are outside. There's a crowd. There's people. It's like I believe it. You believe it when you see it like that. You know what I'm saying?
definitely a lot of album listening parties here as well. It's a thing here as well, man. So wanted to shift gears a bit. I remember I was getting ready for an interview with Superior. He's a producer from Germany. You know, he focuses on the underground. That's what he's all about.
Super
And
dope.
you like him? You like his music?
Super
Dope,
dope.
man. So yeah, like while I was preparing for the interview, we were exchanging, what are you listening to? What are you tapped into? I'm like, I'm tapped in with a lot of cats from Miami. That's just the way shit unfolded when I started my platform. He's like, Miami, he's like, I know most MCs from Toronto, New York, Buffalo. I've never heard of one MC from Miami. That's not to put him on the spot. I'm just sharing this anecdote with you. Then
Yeah.
I let, I tell him, peep this shit, peep Shottie 305. And obviously he became a fan and he was impressed. And that's the way it actually goes for most people who I let hear your music. Once they hear it, they're kind of hooked in. But do you feel like you might be one of the first underground MCs that has a chance of breaking out? I know you don't like thinking too far ahead or, gassing yourself up, but do you think that that's sort of what you represent to Miami hip hop?
Well, to answer the first part of your question, if I didn't believe that I had a chance to succeed, I don't know that I would do it. Like everything I do, bro, the first thing I have is the belief.
Right.
Because without that, it's like I won't even do it, bro. I won't even do it. Because if I'm not gonna go 110%, it's not even worth doing it, bro. That's why,
Yeah.
like, I'm only into I'm only into a few things in life, but I'm really into those shits. You know what I'm saying? But I don't spread myself too thin, bro. So that's to answer the first part of your question. The second part, bro, is I always seem like I'm dodging this every time you ask me something like this, bro. But it's like I don't know how to look at it from that perspective. I
Yeah.
don't know how to look at it from someone else's perspective or where I fall in, like within all the Miami artists and shit. I don't know. I can't look at it like that because I'm too in the weeds. Maybe ask me in 10 years when we do a retrospective, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'll have a better answer for you. But it's that kind of shit is hard to say for me, you know?
That's
Hopefully
not
I represent that. I think I want to represent someone that actually cares about this craft.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully I represent that. Whether that's like underground, I don't know, bro. Pitbull was underground at one point.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't tapped
is
in
he
with
the first
Pitbull, but
underground MC to break out? Rick
I
Ross
was
was underground. You know what I'm saying? Me and Ross used to be on the same bill, like on the
wow.
same flyer, and his name wasn't bigger than mine. You know what I'm saying? Like on the
Yeah, yeah.
flyer. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That depends on what you mean by underground. You know?
I'm not I wasn't like up on Pitbull's music when he was underground, but your shit to me is like underground classic hip hop. And like when I talk to other people, they're not familiar with anyone that really. And I don't want to undercut anyone from Miami. I know you guys got a rich history. I know you guys got a lot of talent, but on the outside, I think there's a lot of people that just don't associate Miami with underground hip hop. And I
Look,
feel like,
recognizes a lyricist, right?
right,
I think if you had to put him in a box, that's the box you would put him in, right? A lyricist and recognizes very successful. So
yeah.
am I the first? I don't know.
Truth be told, I'm not versed enough to have a qualified opinion, but that's why I'm asking you. So yeah, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's a valid question. I just don't know how to answer it, man. I wish I
I hear
did,
you.
you know what I'm saying?
I hear you, Beth. I hear you. Um, yeah, man. So, what spin do you think being from Miami puts on your hip hop sound? I think you sound like no one else, to be honest, and that's part of the appeal of your music. Shit sounds like classic or underground hip hop, whatever you want to call it. But your style, to me, is all your own. Frankly, I don't care where you're from, but you being from Miami, what spin do you think that puts on your music?
So much. You know what I'm saying? Like the being from Miami part is the part that comes out and I don't even have to think about it.
Hmm.
As long as I'm being honest and shit and I'm being myself in the song,
Right,
you're gonna hear Miami. You know what I'm saying?
makes
So
sense.
I think that's kind of the cool thing about like what I do and shit because I don't have a traditional what you would consider a Miami sound. You know what I'm saying? I rap
Well,
to like East Coast beats.
that's what I'm
You know?
saying. That was
Yeah,
kind of what I was saying. Yeah,
right. So the Miami part of it is what I bring to the table. You know what
right,
I'm saying? And that's just from growing up in Miami. Like I don't try to be Miami. You get what I'm saying? It's just like it's gonna come out, bro. If I'm being honest in my art, the Miami's
right.
gonna come out. I just can't help it. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense, man. That makes perfect sense, man. So last year, I remember around the end of last year, you had a wild rollout for MI Aliens with Mowgli, Marlin. You performed with Mowgli at the DJ EFN Crazy Hood event, I believe. You were sort of getting the star treatment, and also your name is coming up a lot from a lot of well-respected figures in the underground. I interviewed Mickey Diamond. He's called you out as like an emerging MC, one of his favorites. Ace and Eastwood, Vega 7. These are serious names. Abyss Podcast, has taken notice as well. But you told me personally, you feel like last year you kind of squeaked by, for lack of a better word, even though you were getting all that praise. I mean, you were happy to receive the praise, and you made a post about how difficult the last year has been. To the degree you care to share, and not to put you on the spot, is there anything you want to share with your fans, sort of about the last year?
I mean, without going into too many details, like, we were as a family dealing with, health issues, right?
Right?
So, and this is after just having a baby boy. So it was juggling those two things at the same time. It was very difficult. Not, not just the time, but like emotionally, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was a tough year, bro. Like to be honest, bro, it was a really tough year. And looking back on it, it's kind of amazing that I was able to put out as much work as I did, to be honest, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
like I had no business putting out that many albums, bro. But it also showed me like, man, how lucky I am to have this outlet, bro.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like on some other shit, take away all the business and all that shit. Like this art and this ability to at least, you know what I'm saying, like get some kind of emotions out.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like it's invaluable, and I almost feel for like the civilians that don't have an outlet like this. You know what I'm saying? Not, it doesn't have to be rap. You feel me? But
yeah.
man, they say that shit really is one of the things that got me through. Right?
Truth, man. I mean, I relate to health and having new kids. Health things in the family. I know about that shit firsthand, man. So I empathize with that. But also the outlet, man. Like even on times when I consider stopping what I'm doing, I'm like, bro, like I've made too many homies from this shit. This shit is a routine. Like not everyone has this shit. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
we're
People
lucky,
are
man.
paying attention, man. Truth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
man.
lucky, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to step back and appreciate that kind of shit.
Yeah, man. And let's just recap your drops from last year. You had MI Aliens at the end of the year. Then you had Alligator Alley produced by Machacha. Those two are like among my favorites. And was it also Nothing Changed Except Everything last year?
Yeah, the
Produced
top of
by
the year.
Pharma
That
G,
was at the
man.
top of the year. That's what
And
I mean. You see what I'm saying? That's
yeah,
I
yeah.
did so bad in promoting it. You forgot it came out last year.
No,
You know?
no, bro. Too many conversations, man. But I lose a few memories. I gain a few.
But that's exactly
That's
it
how
though.
it
Like,
works.
when everybody was recapping the year and shit, and it was like, bro, I made an album with Pharma Beats, man. Y'all don't remember that? Like Pharma Beats to me, that's a big deal, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, y'all didn't remember that? I
Yeah,
love the other two albums, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I felt like I botched that one, dog.
Well, yeah. Well, dope album, but I hear what you're saying in terms of the role. Maybe got another video in,
Yeah,
whatever. But
rollout, not the album, bro. I love the album, you know what I'm saying?
of
But the
course,
rollout wise, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. But here's what I'm impressed by. This was the point of the platform, to really stay connected with MCs I'm a big fan of and see what it really takes, man. And I'm just impressed with your perseverance. You this through thick and thin, you made those drops and you set up this year, and this year is already set up, and people are responding bigger than last year, man. That shit's just the real life aspect plus that is what's impressive to me. You know what I'm saying? On top of everything, bro. So
I'm blessed, bro.
Yeah, man.
Can't put it any other way.
So, you also just performed at another DJ EFN event as well with Mowgli. Is that right?
305 day, bro.
305 day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that shit was
Represent.
fire, bro. Shout out to EFN. Shout out to Heckler.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That shit was fire.
It's amazing that you have this connection with EFN. We talk about it often, but like, how many other underground pockets are there in Miami? You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering, like, who else can you possibly choose from? I mean, it's amazing that he reaches out to you consistently now for these events.
No, but there's a lot of other rappers in Miami that aren't necessarily part of like what you know, the people that you see involved in like the little community that we got. There's a lot of dope rappers, bro. There's a dude called Apollo Lofton. That dude is nice, bro.
Oh,
Super
I
nice.
follow him. I follow him now. Yeah,
But he don't run in the same kind of circle. You know what I'm saying? Like he's from like kind of like outside that circle, but that's still Miami underground hip hop, and the dude is dope, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of those, bro. So yeah, I don't know. What was the point of the question? I forgot.
no, just like because I don't have a full sense of the depth of the different pockets of the scene. All I
Yeah,
think is like you guys, Mowgli, you know what I'm saying? Big Pliskins, others, you know what I'm saying? But you're saying that there's other pockets, right?
for
It's
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And bro, I'm fortunate that I come from Kendall, man, and I went to the same high school as EFN, bro. Like I went to the same high school as all the crazy hood guys, except Garcia. He went to the other school that shall not be named. You know what I'm saying?
right, right, right,
But
right.
nah, bro, I just came up in the right area, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And he just recognizes my face from pestering him back in the day at the at the crazy goods store.
Right.
Um, yeah, bro, and you know, right place at the right time.
So I wanted to ask you now that you're on to your next solo project, Pulp Nonfiction. Everybody's got to check it out. Honestly, one of the most entertaining projects in your catalog, easily. Looking back at MI Aliens, though, how did it do? Is it still streaming well? I saw you pressed up tape CDs with the Press Collective. How did MI Aliens go in retrospect? You know what I mean?
I think we dropped a fucking. I think that was a. I hate to say the word classic for my own shit. You know what I'm saying? But like in the terms of like the city, I think we created a moment. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
You know? I think
yeah,
we really created a moment. There were certain things about the release, like that was out of our control, like Spotify taking the album down and
yeah. That was
bullshit. Like,
crazy.
yeah, some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm happy with the release. I'm happy with it. I kind of wish we would have stretched it maybe a little longer, man. We were dropping videos like every 3 days. Maybe we
Yeah,
could have, like done it a little more
that
methodical,
shit
kind
was
of.
crazy, man. I was following all that, man. That shit was
But you know
crazy.
what I'm saying? But it created a moment. So even if
Yeah.
it was like shorter lived than other releases or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like at the moment, that shit was a splash, bro. Here in the city, you know what I'm saying? Like it
No,
was a splash, bro.
I mean, just from where I sit, it was amazing that people kept engaging with the content, and you're dropping like multiple shit every day, man.
Yeah.
So definitely a good
Now it's like
sign.
some of the most fun, and again, like the most. That was right when I was in the thick of going through, what we were going through as a family, dog. So that album was so therapeutic for me, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And building with Mowgli and Marlon, you know what I'm saying? Like the camaraderie was so dope, and bro, it was just like what I needed at that time. You know what I'm saying? So like, aside from what we were doing for the city and shit, and what we were creating selfishly, you know what I'm saying? Like I was getting a lot out of that shit too, man. So
Yeah,
I
man.
honestly, I'm very fond of that album. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. No, and it transcended. I'm a dude from Toronto. I listen to whatever the fuck I want to listen to. I'm not loyal to any scene or anything. And that was my most played album last year, so it transcended, man. Um,
'Cause Marlon's
for
a
sure,
fucking genius, bro.
for
The
sure,
way that
man.
album is put together is forget me and Mowgli. You know what I'm saying? Take that aspect out of it. The way that album is put together,
Right.
I think is better than anything I heard last year. You know what I'm saying? Mainstream or otherwise.
Yeah. So
And
MIA.
again, that
Sorry,
has
go ahead.
nothing to do with me and Mowgli, dog. I'm talking strictly about what Marlon did. Like he fucking that shit is insane, bro.
I said it on the last interview. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of you and Mowgli, but if there was an MVP, it was him, man. The soundscape he crafted, the way it flowed, even the engineering, just it was loud but crisp. It was fire, man. Everyone's got to peep MI Aliens if you haven't, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So part
You
two
were
is
a big part of that rollout too, man. Like you really, you know, you connected with that album, like you were saying, you know what I mean? And you were making a lot of content around it. And bro, it was like that shit was so. Shout out to you, bro, because that shit was
thank
extremely helpful, man. Like honestly, bro.
thank you, man. I did it because I was inspired, man. So there you go, man. Thank you, man.
Salute, bro.
So Am I Aliens 2 is happening for sure?
Hell
Is
yeah,
that in the
man.
cards?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Dope, dope, dope.
100%. That's never been a doubt.
And again, man, like that was such a big event. You know what I mean? I observed it, on IG Live and like the streams. People are streaming you guys performing at the EFN show, the album listening party. But it's dope to see that you're back to your next solo project and shit is still snowballing, man. I just want to highlight that again. You know what I mean? To me, it means like this pursuit was meant to be. If the shit keeps inclining, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to say that. Um, yeah, man. Just give me a second here. So I wanted to talk about Vegas 7 for a second, man. So it was fire to see the Shottie Vegas 7 collab happen off his
Art of
Ghost
Rhyming made that
Workers
shit
record.
happen. Art of Rhyming made that shit happen. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself I definitely introduced you in Vega, and I was pushing for a collab. I think for a good
100.
year, to be honest. But it was amazing to actually see that happen. Uh, and you had Andre the Saint on there as well, Jamil Honesty. I think that the track is called Hokage Mountain. Is that I don't know if you know how to say it, but
I'm not
yeah,
gonna mispronounce it because it's like some anime shit, and I don't want people
yeah,
getting mad at me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm not gonna
I hear you.
mispronounce that shit.
I hear you, bud. It's dope that I have actually interviewed everyone on the track, but how did everyone end up getting on that track?
I don't know. I was just like Vega sent me the track, and when Vega sent it to me, there was only Vega was only the only one on it.
Right,
So I don't know what he did with everybody else. I know I heard it. I finally heard it because Andre sent it to me. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But when I heard it, it was just Vega's verse.
Got it, got it, got it, got it.
Yeah.
Were you intimidated at all, or like, what's your approach when you got an MC like Vega? You know what I'm saying? What's your approach?
I don't think any of us are intimidated, bro, at that level. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
but it definitely pushes your pen.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely pushes your pen. And one thing I wasn't gonna do is try to go on there and out Vega. You know
right,
what I'm
right, right.
saying? So like,
Yeah,
I was just like, I
that's a
heard his
sailing
verse, and
strategy.
he rhymes so many words and shit. And I'm just like, okay, bro,
Right.
let me chill for a second. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
take a
yeah, yeah,
breath.
yeah,
And I'm just like, bro, I'm just gonna do me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You more hit
Yeah,
him with
man.
the interior wordplay. That's my nerdy description. But everyone killed it. Everyone was in their own pocket, as it should be on a collab track. But I thought you really stood out stylistically. You know what I'm saying? Like you bring a level of style to the underground that you know you don't hear from everyone. Did you get any good feedback off that appearance, man? Just any good looks?
Yo, I got
That
a lot of people hitting me up about that verse, man. It's crazy. A
right,
lot of
right.
people hitting me up about that verse, man. Everybody fucking went in on that shit though. Everybody went in, bro. That shit was crazy.
I like Vegas closing bars on that track. He's like, it ain't hard to gauge when the shotty squeeze it's a kill, but the goal is to become a saint through the honesty of Jamil. And
Right.
then that was dope.
That's like right at the end of the movie. It
It
all
all
comes
comes
together.
together.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. So, I mean, I thought that was a fire look to get on Vega's project. You know, it's a Copenhagen crates drop. People love him over there. Everyone buys his vinyl. I thought it was a great look. Sort of, for lack of a better word, setting you up for you drop. Not like setting you up, but you know what I mean. It's a great look for extra Copenhagen fans to like tune into what you're doing, man.
Nah,
So
I told
I thought
Vega,
that
man.
was
Like
dope.
I told Vega it's an honor, man. And again, I thank you, man, because like Vega's one of those dudes. Like we jump on the phone, every now and then and shit, and it's always Jules going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of
Yeah,
dope, bro. It's kind of dope, man. So like, yeah, shout out to Vega, man. It's just dope to have like contemporaries. You know what I'm saying? That you just respect each other's craft and kind of just talk on that level. It's
yeah,
dope. Yeah.
yeah.
Same with Andre the Saint, bro. And I just started connecting with Jamil. You know what I'm saying? We haven't really chopped it up too much, but that's another MC I really respect, man. There's a lot of these
Yeah,
guys, you know what I'm saying, that I hope to connect with at some point. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm a fan of a lot of these guys, bro. Honestly,
yeah. There's
and me
so
and
many
Saint got a
dope
bunch of shit
MCs.
coming. Me and Saint got a bunch of shit coming. With him, you know, it's I've got to chop it up with him in person now a couple times and shit. So we already know the vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And yeah, that's another one that is super fucking dope, bro. Like that dude got it. You know what I'm saying? Like he got it, bro.
I wanted to circle back on that because I know Machacha. I think he's a genius the way he produces his albums and like tailors them
Machacha,
for each
Machacha's
MC.
a goat,
But
bro.
but
Just to cut you off real quick, when I said on the Vega song, when I said something about cue the music, and then right after Machacha kind of like
oh
changes
yeah
the
yeah
beat,
yeah
bro.
yeah
That
yeah
shit is, bro. That shit is crazy, man.
yeah yeah yeah
Machacha's
yeah
is
yeah
fucking genius, bro.
yeah. Definitely check that tune out. You'll know exactly what we're talking about, man. But it's cool that Machacha sort of had the idea to put you in the same. You guys are in a group, like a sort of a smaller
Yeah,
group, I guess,
yeah,
called
man.
Full Metal Kubrick, and that was Machacha's idea. And I asked him, I'm like, did you do it knowing they're both from Florida? He's like, yes.
Oh, dope.
So,
See, you
yeah,
never told me
man.
that. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
man.
dope.
That's how genius he is, man. So, yeah. Any progress on your guys' project? Or you guys are working on
We
something?
got
Or
a
you?
couple things recorded. Yeah, we got a couple things recorded, and I was kind of like in the process of finishing up. Like, you know, Andre has like two albums that he's got on deck and shit. I got a couple albums I got on deck, so we were both in the process of finishing shit up. Uh, but yeah, we started going in. We got a couple songs.
Nice, nice, nice.
And one thing I
Um,
want to say about Machacha, bro, is Machacha, regardless of like the level that he's attained, that's one dude that he doesn't give a fuck about like, or at least it seems like it. Like he don't give a fuck about if you're buzzing in this little underground circle or whatever. Like if you're dope, he'll work with you and he'll reach out and work with you. You know what I'm saying? Because he reached out to me though, which is the crazy shit. Like
yeah,
somebody in my position, I should have been the one reaching out to him. You know what I'm saying? Like when we first like got together and shit. But he reached out to me, which is fucking nuts. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
same with the Saint. And like he just he and look, bro, like the Saint is fucking killing it right now. You know what I'm saying? So like he's got the eye, bro, for talent. I don't know what it is, man, but
for sure. The
shout out
eye
to
for
that guy, bro.
talent and the sound to put around the talent, man. And
Right.
like, honestly, I haven't even tapped into a fraction of his catalog, but when it's all said and done, in terms of like the underground, he's probably gonna have the craziest catalog, man. Like I can't think of anyone that's just putting out music at that rate with the caliber of underground artists that he's doing it with, man. So
I don't wanna like say anything that I'm not supposed to say, but he's doing an album with a very good friend of mine
nice.
who makes an animal sound on every song.
Got
So
it, got it, got it.
yeah.
I think I've got myself in trouble by revealing too many projects on this show, so
I didn't say anything.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Y'all didn't hear me say shit, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So wanted to talk about Pulp Nonfiction, the new album. It dropped April 4th, right? Was it
Yeah.
on
April
Bandcamp
4th.
for now?
Yeah, I thought it was
Um,
Bandcamp Friday, but yeah, I guess I was mistaken.
yeah, that was a little confusing. I saw fourth, fifth, but whatever. It's here, bud, and it's dope.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's all that matters. Um, so you'd sent me a draft of Pulp Nonfiction like middle of last year. This
Mm,
one plays different, the
yeah.
final. What happened? What took that amount of time to put it out?
Um, yeah, it was like this album was a journey unlike any other that I've ever had, you know what I'm saying? Like I think okay, so I started messing with the Lupara guys, right? And we started just recording songs. And they were all
Nice.
sending me beats, bro. And so I was just picking the beats that I liked the most and just making songs, you know what I'm saying? But and then like I don't know, maybe 10 songs into that process, I came up with the name Pulp Nonfiction. So I gave it the name. You know, I thought I was done. We had like what 13, 14 songs or something. I thought I was done. I listened to the whole shit. I let you listen to it. I let a couple people listen to it, and I was just never satisfied with it. And I think what I finally the realization that I made was this shit just, you can't just rap on your favorite beat every
Right.
time, bro. It doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
they have to play nice with each other, man. So there's songs that we left out of the Pulp Nonfiction shit that I love,
Right.
but they just weren't playing nice with the others. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, all right, bro, let me regroup. Let me be brutal. Like I said, I'm I have thick skin for kind of like killing my own creations, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm gonna be brutal about it, take out everything that I have even the slightest problem with, and just start re-recording songs. You know what I'm saying? And that was like in the midst of working on MI Aliens and shit too. I was like kind of doing the rewrite, if you will, to Pulp Nonfiction. Um, but yeah, bro. And another thing is like, bro, this shit's called Pulp Nonfiction, and it don't got nothing to do with nothing. So I was like, bro, I gotta tie this shit together, man. And I
Right.
do genuinely like Pulp Fiction is probably the movie I've seen the most in my life, bro. Besides maybe like the first Batman movie with Michael Keaton. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
Like, bro, and so it was like, bro, I love this fucking movie. Why am I even hiding? But at first I was trying to be all cool, like, I'm not gonna mention it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
nah, bro,
Yeah.
fuck that shit. Why hide it? You know what I'm saying? So I started. What I didn't want to do was just use clips from the movies. So I looked up clips of like Roger Ebert talking about the movie, Tarantino
Right. Right.
himself talking about directing. You know what I'm saying? I got like the audio from when he won the Palme d'Or in Cannes. You know what I'm saying? At the Cannes Film Festival and shit. So things like that, just to shake it up a little bit. But yeah, it was like, bro, why are you fronting, bro? I'm a fan of this movie. Fuck it, just do an album and just fucking dedicate it to the movie. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it.
So all those interludes or whatever, that was your handiwork, like laying that out and stuff, all the movie stuff.
Yeah. Like I had all the tracks. I kind of like executive produced the shit.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
had all the songs already, and then I just put all the shit together, all the transitions and all that shit. I did all that.
I I think it's dope that you were critical about your own project and decided to do that. Like you're an artist, man, with music. All you have is your music to differentiate you. I mean, aside from maybe whatever else you're doing, marketing and stuff like that, but you got to differentiate yourself with your music. And I think it's dope that you were that critical with your own shit
You
to
have to be,
sort
bro.
of go back to the drawing board. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you have to be, bro. I try not to get like too attached or too emotional about the shit. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Um, so wanted to just highlight like Lupara Gang Collective. I mean, this is an underground super producer group, in my opinion. You got Hobgoblin, Pharma G, Flu Dust, Machacha, Bohemia Lynch, Timepiece Tracks. I believe SB11. Did I get that right?
Yeah, it sounds about right. Did you get Flu in there and Mighty Healthy?
Yeah, yeah. And this, yeah, Mighty Healthy. I didn't actually know.
Yeah, Mighty
So
Healthy. Mighty Healthy is the reason I got in. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
and
Him
Mighty
or
Healthy's
Pharma. You know what I'm saying? It
oh,
was one of those two.
Mighty Healthy's from Miami.
Yeah.
Got it, got it, got it.
I actually
But
know him through Tetris, through the homie King Tetris. You know what I'm saying? Which congratulations to Tetris. He got a Rock Nation distribution deal set up, bro.
oh wow,
Congratulations to Tetris. Hell
wow,
yeah, bro.
congrats, crazy,
Home
man.
team shit.
Dope, dope, dope. So yeah, this is an international, collective of producers, insane producers. I thought I heard Mighty Healthy say, like I watched the clip of the listening session, that is this their second project of this collective, or they've been putting out
Yeah,
projects? Has it
you
been
know the
this year?
rapper from Chicago, Water.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
His or their first album is with him.
Right.
That's how I got put onto the whole
Oh wow,
Lupara thing as a whole. Yeah, the album is super fire too.
dope, dope. So you're early. That's dope, man.
Yeah, I happened to see one of them on Twitter. I think it was Mighty Healthy. Was like, who should Lupara's next project be? And I like texted him because I actually have his number, and I was like, "Yo, bro, throw my name in the fucking ring." You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
back then, I
Yeah.
still hadn't. I was making the album with Pharma, but I still hadn't done it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I wasn't like not that many people knew about me like in the underground or whatever. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
bro, like throw my name in there, and I guess they liked the idea. Maybe Pharma vouched for me or something. I don't know, but they
Nice.
liked the idea and started sending me beats right away. Funny shit, they started sending me beats before I realized that Mighty had the conversation with them. Like
Wow.
Mighty never told me, yeah, we're going with you. They just started sending me beats, and I was like, what? Who's this flu guy, bro? He's fucking
Right,
sending me
right,
beats and shit.
right, 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 right.
Yeah,
Who's from
bro.
Australia, right?
Yeah, dope ass producer, man.
Right, right, right.
Timepiece, SB11, and Hobgoblin. They're all from Australia.
Got it,
I
got
don't
it,
know how
got it.
the Australians ended up just hijacking the whole crew, man. But they got some, they got some fire over there, bro.
Australia's got heat.
They got heat, bro. Like for real, for real. And
Nice,
Flu's a dope MC too, man.
nice. Oh, never heard him rap, man. That's dope. I'll have
He's
to
a
check it
dope
out.
MC, bro. Listen to his verse on Agony's album. He's on Agony's album.
Okay, got it,
Super
got it.
dope.
So before I forget, man, like this project has, I would say, your biggest set of features to date. And I know you're not the type of dude to just go out there and like pay for features left, right, and center. So you had Fashawn, Nino Bless, Ace and Eastwood, Ace Cannons as well. How did the Fashawn one come together?
Through Nino, bro.
Got it.
Yeah, through Nino. That's Nino's like good friend. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, he reached out, made the connect, and and bro, like we asked for Sean for 16. You know what I'm saying? And he came back. I don't know what he spit like
32 at
28.
least.
Yeah, bro. Like
32
he
should
went
be
he
like,
went in, bro. He went nuclear on that shit. So, bro, that's to like as an MC, bro. That's the biggest compliment. You know what I
yeah,
mean? If he went that long and shit like that, that means he was fucking with it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hobgoblin's like, no, Timepiece is like Hobgoblin is in the UK, flew in Australia.
Oh, okay. I don't know
Dope,
why I thought he was in
dope
Australia.
project.
Yeah.
He's saying we were the producers and Shottie was the director. There we go. And I mean, like, you you used to make movies. Obviously, I know that. Like movies is part of your DNA, man, right? Like you were studying film and shit like that and
Yeah.
trying to make movies. This is not your first like project that feels like a movie. You had Death Occurred Last Night. Do you
Hmm.
feel like movies is part of your can be part of your hip hop identity? Kind of like I interviewed Jay Skeets. He's like the sneakerhead. Lupe was the skateboarder for a second. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No,
Is that
one
what you're
hundred
feeling with
percent,
the movies?
100%. And it's funny. I never even thought of it that way, but you're right. I think movies is to Shotty what skateboards is to Lupe. You know what I'm saying?
Right, 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 right,
Yeah.
right, right,
Yeah.
right,
I didn't
right.
think about it that way, man. But yeah, it's again, it's one of those things where like I can't help it, bro. That shit
Yeah.
just comes out, so I might as well just lean into it. You know?
But one of the things I was going to ask you, and like my memory is failing me, is like you said, like you called it the first draft, you called Pulp Nonfiction, but you didn't feel it was like movie oriented enough or tied in with the movie enough. So you intentionally started stepping up the movie bars, like
One hundred
and
percent, bro.
references. That was all
One
intentional.
hundred percent. Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
got it,
The
got it.
Jackrabbit Slims joint, like the one where I'm actually referencing Pulp Fiction a lot, that was definitely part of the second half of creation there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and so was the intro joint where I take the Pulp Fiction sample, which I co-produced that song by the way. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that was
Sorry,
after
you're talking about the intro track?
the intro track. Yeah,
Yeah, that was a dope track.
yeah, man. All most of the movie shit I added after the fact. But okay, funny enough though, some of the songs that I did like on during the first half of the creation of it, right? Like Yellow Cab, like
Hmm.
Rewire with Ace Cannons. Like, bro, Yellow Cab is got the taxi theme. Pulp Fiction obviously has the famous taxi scene when this dude is in the fucking cab with Esmeralda or whatever, right?
Right, right, right,
Then the other Rewires got like the boxing theme. Butch is a boxer in Pulp Fiction, so there was a lot of things that like happened to click with
right.
the Pulp Nonfiction title. You know what I mean? But the things that didn't, I just had to get them the fuck out of there.
Got it, got it, got it. I got a whole segment on Yellow Cab. We'll get there in a moment. I got a lot to say about that track.
Yes, sir.
So definitely looking forward to talking about it. But just want to go back to Lupara for a second. I understand it's an interesting process working with them. Can you describe what working with Lupara is like? What that process is like?
It's first of all, those guys are the group chat is awesome with those guys. Those guys are all great, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, working with them as a whole is kind of hard to describe because they all kind of work differently. Like
Yeah,
for instance, like Bohemia Lynch, he didn't send his shit until I had everything else recorded. Then he sent
Right.
his back. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like he was kind of waiting to see what vibe everything was going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Flu hit me right away. Started hitting me with shit right away. Flu and SB, and I think Timepiece too. Like they all started sending me shit right away.
Right.
So yeah, everybody kind of works differently. You know what I mean? Mighty Healthy's got his own pace. Pharma kind of speaks his own language too.
There he is. No clue what
So
happened, bro. No clue.
you got to upgrade the fiber, bro.
Yo, I was actually about to upgrade today, the technician, but they came to my house out of nowhere. But I didn't have time for it, but yeah. Speaking of upgrade, but yeah, man. So yeah, we're talking about what was it like working with Lupara, right?
Yeah.
And where what were you talking about last? Pharma or something like that? Do you
What
remember?
was it? What was it? I have no idea, bro.
I was like,
This
what is it
is
like
your
working
job,
with
man.
Pharma? Oh, yeah, hey, man, it's late,
Oh,
bro.
this I remember what I was saying. So, in the midst of working on Pulp Nonfiction, right? Like the first iteration of Pulp Nonfiction, me and Machacha started working on Alligator Alley,
Okay,
and
okay,
you know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So that's why Machacha only has one track on Pulp Nonfiction.
Right.
I wanted to do way more, but we ended up making a whole fucking album, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, like we started, like we were making tracks, and we were like, bro, this just sounded like an album, man. You know what I mean? And we just like kept it going. You feel me? And that's why he
yeah,
only
man.
has the one song on Pulp Nonfiction.
Yeah,
But yeah, so that was interesting. And then that came out before this.
right.
And then
Yeah,
MI Aliens also like is something I started after this, and it came out before this. You know what
right,
I'm saying?
right,
So
right, right.
yeah,
So it wasn't tied to a release date with Copenhagen or nothing like that. It just took some time to rework the project, I guess.
yeah, we were taking our time, or I was taking my time with it, is what I should say. You know what I'm saying?
Got
But
it, got it, got
not
it.
to those guys. Those guys were very patient. You know what I'm saying? And usually I'm fast, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't take long to do shit. But
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one was challenging because of all the different sounds that were coming at me, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's like a serious puzzle piece to put it together, but that's what makes it entertaining. It's like different movie scenes, different sounds, you know what I'm saying? Different
Yeah,
soundscapes.
yeah.
For sure, man. So what I think is crazy is like I was putting you onto this like certified underground legend here in Toronto, Sazy. You know who he is at this point.
Super fire.
And I was like, yo, his pen is lethal. I can hear you guys on a track together. And then literally a couple weeks later, I see him make a post about working on an upcoming project with Lupara, man. And I was like, damn, like this is too big of a coincidence. So
Universe,
yeah,
the
man.
universe.
The shit the world is small, you know what I mean, in the underground. Did you guys connect at all? And any music that we can expect from you, even a
Oh,
track
that's
or
gonna happen.
whatever?
Yeah, that's gonna happen. I think there's a lot of mutual respect there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You could tell right away within like seconds of listening to that guy that okay, he's that dude got it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man, yeah, man. Can't wait for that, man.
And then like
Kind
Asen spoke very highly of him too, man, and a lot of the Toronto guys I see speak very highly of him too. So I'm
yeah,
excited
man.
for that.
He's on his second run, man. I know he was getting a lot of buzz, some looks from like Complex in his last run and stuff, but yeah, a lot of people say he's putting out his best music, man. So kind of like the Vega collab. I can't wait to see that happen, man. To be honest,
Yeah,
don't
it's
know
gonna
about
happen.
yeah, man. Don't
And
don't
we're like
don't.
even closer stylistically than me and Vega are. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. Um, yeah, man. So I wanted to sort of go through a breakdown of the tracks, man, just because album is very very entertaining,
Let's
easily
go.
one of your best. That's saying a lot. Um, I want to start with track number two, Goonie Goo Goo. I still don't understand what Goonie Goo Goo means. Although I like wordplay and I like crazy shit thrown in once in a while, I'm just gonna make a quote. Maybe you could give me full context, man. Uh, that's what that fluoride do to you. Take away your manhood. I'm surprised it's new to you. You can't run neither. I'll have my goonies Google you, snatch you like a fish out of water. We goonie Google you, goonie Goo Goo you.
Hmm.
Where did that soundbite come from? I'm not that big of a movie buff, but where did that come
Never
from?
seen Delirious by Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, it's been years and years and
That's where
years,
it's
man.
from. It's like a bit from Delirious.
Got it, got it, got it, got it, man.
Yeah. I just want to point out, take away your manhood. I'm surprised it's new to you.
Oh, neuter you. That's what
No,
you're
it's
saying.
it's new to you, but
Okay.
it kind of sounds
Okay.
like that's part of
Got
the
it. Got
bar.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Got
Take
it.
away
Got
your
it.
manhood. You feel me?
Got it. Got it.
Wordplay,
Got it.
man.
You really got to be listening for that
Yeah,
one. That's
facts.
dope. Even without that,
I
it's
throw a
just
lot of little shit there that in the back of my mind I'm like, bro, no one's ever gonna catch that. But then it's so dope when people do. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
you got that. Like that shit is impressive to me. You know what I mean?
It was dope as it is, man. So yeah, man. Like for me. Um, then Alkalines. I think that's one of the hardest tracks on the project, and
One of
this
the
is one.
hardest tracks I've ever done, bro. Like that beat by Flu is probably in the top five of like beats, just the beat alone, you know what I'm saying, that I've ever rocked to, bro. That beat is fucking incredible, dog.
Of the
That's like
shit
one of
I've.
those.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, I'm just saying. I was just saying that's one of those. That beat is one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And out of like everything I've been listening to this year, you got one of my favorite sequence of rhymes, man. You're like, it ain't about who throw the hardest punches or whose bars got substance when it's only reaching a small circumference. So I'm gonna need a larger compass. I'm trying to set sail as far as Columbus and smoke cigars in abundance, catch trails off that chocolate fungus. And you went on and on, man. That wordplay was fucking crazy, man. So yeah.
Want to set sail as far as Columbus and exhale cigars in abundance.
Exhale,
You
yeah,
got to
I
put all the
butchered it.
rhymes in there, bro.
Yeah,
So
the interior run.
interior
Set
rhyme.
sail, exhale. There we
Right.
go, man.
Yes.
That was fire, bro. Now I
Thank
really
you, man.
want to talk about Yellow Cab, produced by Hobgoblin. I think that's a special track, not just on the project, but in your catalog entirely, man. So just to take a few steps back, uh, I peeped Yellow Cab way back middle of last year when you sent me the first draft, and I told you straight up this might be the best song in your catalog, and by far your most personal. It was about your parents immigrating to the Bronx from Dominican Republic. You and your little sister. Ultimately, your dad passing away. I think when you were 7. Is that did I get it all right?
Yeah.
Um,
It was Washington Heights, not the Bronx. My father
Washington
was
Heights.
robbed in the Bronx.
Okay, okay, got it. Yeah, because you referenced the Bronx in the track. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So you're like, so how important was it for you to make this track, and what does it mean in your catalog?
Bro, bro, I never do this, right? So I finished recording the track, and that's a whole nother conversation. Like the fucking trance state that I was in when I was recording that, when I was writing and recording that song. But my wife was at the smoke shop that night, right? Working. And she got home that night and I had just finished recording the song. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And she came in and I was like, yo, you have to hear this. I never do that, bro.
right.
I never, ever, ever do that. And I record a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? So I never, ever do that. I was like, drop what you're doing right now. You have to hear this. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I think I knew that I had something, at least that was deeply personal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Did I know that people were going to react to it? No, no. I had no idea, bro. Like the amount of messages that I've gotten and people telling me about their dads. You know how many times, bro, at the listening party alone, like two different people told me that their dads were cab drivers too.
yeah.
And I
And
keep getting that, you know what I'm saying? And bro, it's fire, dog. I never expected that.
for me, I got hit by that song because now I already thought the song was dope, but once I saw the video, it took it to a whole nother level. But for me, I connected with that song because you know what I mean. I'm a father now. I have 2 kids. You know what I mean. You think about mortality, you can't help but think about it. So whether you're an immigrant or a father or your father has passed away, bad, you can connect to that song in that way. And that's why those personal songs I think are critical for an artist's catalog. Like, in fact, if an artist, for me personally, I've always thought if they can't tap into that, like get into that bag in whatever way, works for them, they're not a complete artist, but in my opinion, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it was dope to see that.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. So again, I already thought it was one of your better songs, but what Belief did with that video, you got your sort of YouTube video, I assume, or stock footage in New York with like cabs driving by. Then you got your Miami locale. That kind of goes with that, I assume, New York footage. but the kicker is that then you got your family photos, I'm guessing from the 70s and 80s,
Hmm.
and he treated those with AI and animated them.
Yeah,
Like that
crazy.
shit I've never seen before, man. I don't know if it's been done before. Certainly not in a music video that I've seen. How did that all come together?
Yeah, I'm not. First, I hate AI stuff. Like I always joke with my boy DU Ivan, you know what I mean? Because he's into it, you know what I mean? And I don't, it's not to knock it, but I just don't like the aesthetic. So
Right.
when Belief told me the idea, I like the idea of it, but I wasn't sure that it was going to be pulled off in a good way. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I sent him some pictures, some old family pictures, and he sent me back not the music video, just the pictures animated, just so I
Wow.
could see like kind of an example of what he could do. And I was like, whoa, you gotta do that. That shit like took me aback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, bro, like Belief, I can't say it enough, man. Bro, the way he treated that video is incredible to me. You know what I mean? Incredible. He treated it with the care that it deserves, man. And I would have been hesitant. Look, just to circle back, right? Me not doing enough videos on the Pharma album. Maybe it's because the Pharma album I had so much personal shit that I just didn't know how I was gonna
Right.
portray that visually. You get
Right.
where I'm
Right.
going
Right.
with that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like belief, shit. If I had belief back then, I might have made 5 videos for the for the Pharma
Right.
album. You know what I mean? So nah, man, it was incredible. What he did was incredible, bro.
And like I've worked with video a bit. I'm not a all out video guy, but it could have backfired too. You know what I mean? Some
Hmm.
Miami locale, New York locale. You got this AI stuff animated, like the way he color coded everything and made it come together. I think it's pretty damn exceptional for sure, man.
Yeah,
So
man. Killed that shit. He killed the Alkalines video too, man.
yeah, man. I feel like belief is one of the secret weapons for you right now, man. Do you
100%.
agree?
100%, bro. We just shot a video with Graph this weekend, man, and
Oh
Belief.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. I think he's gonna take it to another level just knowing Graph is on it. I have a feeling
for
that.
sure. Yeah, he told me he's like, "Yo, I'm not gonna deliver this one as fast as I
Right.
usually." And I'm like, "It's cool, man. The album ain't coming out for another couple months, so it's
I
all
I
good."
think I think what's actually dope about the song itself as well is like all the snippets you have of like cab driver interviews. I
Mm.
assume from like the 70s and 80s, and like added to the ambiance. So combine that with the lyrics, you know what I mean, on point, and then the video. That song definitely made an impact, man. So dope, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man. So Um, did you have any anxiety on how that song would be received? Because I know, like, again, you don't put together a song like that every day, right?
I had a good feeling about it though. When I was talking to my partner Rich, like when we were, just discussing the album and what the first single should be and shit like that. I always said I think Yellow Cab is the best song on the album. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah,
clear. That was clear to me. You know what I mean? I don't know if he was as convinced, but I always had a good feeling about that one. I just didn't imagine the way people reacted to it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. To me, I thought that was the best song on the album. Bro, look, I think that's the best song I've ever made.
yeah, man.
If we're keeping it a buck, you know what I'm saying? Like just from the standpoint of how deep it cuts. For me
Yeah.
personally, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that's the best song I've ever made. But obviously I'm biased, bro.
No, I think I said same when I first heard it. I think I said the same. Um, yeah, man. And the way you wrote it, like, is it something where like you already knew the full story with your dad, or maybe you talked to your Bob and got her to break it down for you, or how did that? What was the writing process like for that song?
No, I had no plans to write that song. I didn't have like a predetermined idea. I literally one day I was like, oh, let me work on this Lupara album. I went through the beats and that one just started speaking to me and I came up with the line. My pops drove a yellow cab. I just started with that. And as
Right.
soon as I said that line, I was like, "Oh my God, that's the song." You know what I'm saying? And I just
Yeah.
wrote the song, bro. I didn't plan it. I just wrote it right there, and
Right.
I recorded it. I wrote it and recorded it in the same session. You know what I'm saying?
Right. 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 Right.
and it just, bro, I just did. I don't know. Like I say, like it wasn't. I was in a trance, bro. I wrote
Got
it.
it.
I recorded it immediately. I went on YouTube. I started looking for videos of cab drivers, and I found those vocal samples, put them in there. Like it was just all. I feel like I went in a trance. I woke up, and the song was there. You know what I mean? That's
Did,
how I
did your
really felt,
did your mom or sister see the video?
bro. They both cried, man. That's another one. Like I very rarely share my music with my mom and my sister. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
But yeah, I
Wow.
kind of need. This was a little bit beyond like music. You know.
Yeah, man. Not to linger too much on the topic, but again, I feel like, Ghostface had like All That I Got Is You. Tupac has tracks like Dear Mama. Biggie has like Suicidal Thoughts. Eminem has Cleaning Out My Closet, other shit. I just
Stan.
think it's essential. It was, again, it was great to see a song like this. So I want to quote some bars from this track. Uh, Hopefully I don't butcher it. But soon as mom brings that diploma home, we could leave the block and maybe own a home on our own. All we gotta do is survive and we was on our way. But when death comes knocking, you ain't left one option. And Pops drove a yellow cab. So if you wonder where I get my drive, I guess you ain't never met my dad. He
Mm,
never seen the finish line, but he set the path. And I'm trying to get us there, but it's a monumental task.
mm.
I have a question for you. Do you
Yeah,
feel like music is a key part of this equation to getting to the finish line for you?
that's a good question. Um, yeah, maybe, maybe. I think honestly, I think it's being here for my son and my kids.
Right.
For try to be here for longer than he was there for me.
Got it.
I think that's really my number one priority in life, bro.
Yeah, man. Same.
Be there for
Same.
my kids so they don't have to go through what I went through. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Be
man.
there for
For
them.
sure. For sure. Makes sense, man. So moving along, I'm just gonna quote some of my favorite bars here about from the project. Jackrabbit Slim, you're like, enough with all the movie talk. You playing Call of Duty, but you ain't ready when duty call. Imaginary world coming to a halt. The current closing. Ain't seen a person this imposing since the birth of Moses.
Mm.
This imposing since the birth of Moses. I thought that was dope, bad.
Thank you,
The
dog.
Call of Duty, bad.
I like that shit too.
Um, yeah, bad. So track 7 featuring for Sean, you got a very personal verse about a homie of yours, North, that passed away, like more heavy talk. Um, yeah, man. Anything to say about that or about that track?
Just rest in peace to homie Georgie, man. Rest in
Yeah, man.
peace. That's all I got to say about that.
Got it. Um, yeah, man. And then on that track, you got a little more lyrical towards the end. You're like, "Oh, is that the case? The automatic, like a Bond gadget? It should come with an attaché case, a tuxedo, and a bow tie. Something tucked that you can't see though for when it's go time."
Mm.
That's that slick, shoddy wordplay, but that's why
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of yours, man. Yeah. So wanted to ask you, Grand Hill 95s, man. That's sort of like a theme song, man. I feel like, Well, tell us about the Grand Hill 95s, man. Why are they so important to you?
Bro,
Were
this
you
is just,
wearing them back then and you're wearing them now? Does it have a historical
yeah,
context that you were wearing
of
them back then?
course. Yeah, yeah, of
Right.
course. This was like, I'm a big Jordan guy, but this was low key like my favorite shoe, I think. You know what I'm saying? And people laugh and shit because it's a Fila, you know what I mean? But, bro, I don't know, bro. It doesn't look like anything. And I also, it's like, it was at an age where I was like really impressionable and
Right.
just like Method Man was wearing them in the "You're All I Need" video, and that shit looked
Right.
so
Right.
fire. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had those. I had the ones with the black instead of the blue.
Right.
Then I had the all black ones too. I
Got
love
it.
those.
Got it. Got,
So I love
got it.
the 95s. And it's like I kind of made a statement out of it too. I'm like, bro, like hip hop's supposed to be about being original and shit. And I love Jordan. Bro, everybody that knows me knows I'm the Michael Jordan super fan, dog. You can't tell me shit about Michael Jordan. But, like, if everybody's rocking Jordans, then is that hip hop? You got hip hop's about being original and having your own style and shit, man. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The Grand Hills, like yo, my daughter be getting on me. My daughter's kind of a sneakerhead, you know what I'm saying? And she
Right,
every time I wear she's like, really, Filas, really?
right,
It's like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I think you should wear shit that you have like a real connection to, like that. You know what I'm saying? So I
right.
love Jordans, bro. I got Jordans and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I got off whites and all that other shit. But I don't know, man. My favorite shoes are the Grand Hill 95s. Fuck that shit.
Got it, got it, got it. It's a dope theme song, man. Everyone check out the project if you haven't. So I wanted to shift gears here, man. You know, you started this run with Tev 95 with your Mosswood series. There's three parts. I started interviewing you after the third Mosswood series. I've been interviewing you after every drop since then. Again, just as a huge fan. Then you guys dropped Goat Farm. So that whole Goat Farm shit, or you a goat, I think it kind of started with with Tev in a way, right? Is that
Yeah,
accurate?
yeah, 100%. Go Farm
So
Tab. Everybody knows that.
you've worked with a lot of dope producers since Goat Farm, but I understand you guys are working on Goat Farm 2 again. Is that the next drop?
Go Farm 2 is done.
Okay,
It's done. Yeah, that's the next drop.
got it, got it, got it, man.
Yeah.
And what does it mean for you to work with Tav 95 again, man? It feels like it's been a couple of years since you guys dropped the project
It has, bro.
together.
It has been a couple years, but he's like he mixed Pulp Nonfiction. He's part of Pulp Nonfiction. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
He also mixed Death Occurred Last Night.
right,
So like Tev's always in the mix, bro. That's my brother. You know what I mean? Like Tev's always in the mix, but nah, you're right. He hasn't produced a project for me since like 2023, bro, which is kind of crazy considering
right.
that like before that it was all Tev. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I'm so excited for this new Go Farm album. Is so like just to give the contrast, with Pulp Nonfiction, I had to fucking rearrange the whole shit. Bro, with
Yeah,
Go Farm, we just recorded all the way through and it was all fire. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that shit, there was no edits that needed to be made. But then again, it's like, bro, like I know Tev. Tev knows me. He kind of knows what to expect with the vocals. I kind of know what to expect with the lyrics. And if we can surprise each other, then I think we're winning. You know what I'm saying?
can't wait to hear it. I know your homie Rich, you know what I mean, co-founder Father's Day Records, was speaking very highly about that project, man. So can't wait to hear it, man.
Yes.
Um, anything else in you're working on that you want to share with us? Anything else on the go?
I have an album that I'm pretty much one song away from being finished with War Season, but I don't want to like. It's a conceptual album, but from fucking beginning to end, bro. It's like kind of the same way that Am I Aliens was
Yeah,
with the US, bro. This one is, bro. This shit is nuts, dude. This shit is nuts. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to. I don't want to pause. I guess pause.
go
Um,
ahead.
I don't want to give away the concept just yet, I guess. You know what I mean? I think it might be too early, but just know that it's fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Got it. Got it. You're saying he arranged it from beginning to end, type of thing, or
War Season is fucking crazy, man. That man that he works differently, you know what I mean? So he literally arranges the album, he conceptualizes it, he literally sends you the whole album with transitions, with skits, all that shit.
right?
Um, just with no lyrics.
And they're here to write the story, man. That's crazy, man. Can't wait
Yeah,
to hear
so
that
it's
one as
like
well,
it's
man.
kind of on me to write the dialogue in a way, you
Got
know
it.
what I mean? But
Got it.
I
Got
try
it.
to take it further, obviously, than what he gives me. You know what I mean? I always try to take it further. But bro, it's a crazy out. It's unlike anything I've ever made. You know?
Dope, man. Can't wait to hear it. So I got a closing question for you. This one's kind of serious. Would you
All right.
rather have a teaspoon of truffle or a gallon of mayo? Hey, yo,
A teaspoon of truffle all day. You know what I mean? It's about
that's an
quality.
inside joke. Go ahead. You'll have to hear Pulp Nonfiction to get it, man.
Facts. Yeah, it's quality, not quantity, baby.
There we go, man. So listen, Shottie, can't wait to see what you do with the rest of the year. I'm a huge fan, a huge supporter. And let me just shout out some of the people that pulled up: Augmatic, Father's Day Records, Jimmy, Dance Killer, Surgeon, Van Sleazy, Dembski Music, Timepiece, Bruce Beats, Cameron Bahani. We could keep going. Any final words before we depart?
Yeah, man. Like as always, bro. Shout out to you, man. There was like a stretch there, uh, where you had Mickey Diamond on and you had Vega on, and they both had fucking nice things to say about me, man. And I'm a big fan of both of those guys, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, dog, without your platform, you know what I'm saying? Like you really connect a lot of dots, man. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly speaking, bro. And so I always got to give you your props, bro. You've been there pretty much the whole way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Big shout to you. Big shout to those guys too for even thinking to shout me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm obviously a big fan of those guys, bro. And yeah, man. It's bro. I feel blessed.
It's an honor, bro. I'm not, I don't, I'm not an active artist anymore. I'm good with that. I just like supporting dope voices. And for me, it's just fun to observe it, help where I can, do what I can, man. So can't wait to see what you do next. So thank you everyone for pulling up. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great night. Peace.